Welcome to Breezeway's People Behind the Property series. This series celebrates the professionals who make vacation rentals more than just places to stay. Because behind every spotless clean, every smooth check in, and each thoughtful touch, there's someone dedicated to elevating hospitality. Our goal is simple it's to share these stories, to share their impact, and to remind us all that great guest experiences start with great people. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of People Behind the Properties. I'm Koryn Okey with Breezeway, and I am so excited to be sitting today. I wish that I was where Daniel is because that looks a lot better than my background. But I'm sitting here with Daniel Castellano of Cleanings by Laura, and I'm really excited to chat with you and learn a little bit more about your organization. So I don't think you're physically at the beach today, but you guys operate down on the Florida coast, right?
Yes, hi, how are you? My name is Daniel. Yeah, we work in Anna Maria Island. That is our place of work. We live in Brenton, Florida. The island is 5 minutes from our office, so I can have the background like that because the beach is my back right now.
Yeah, you're just
And,
making everybody jealous right now.
yes, and we work in Anna Maria Island. We start working there. My wife started, the business Cleaning by Laura. Laura is my wife. She started the business 18 years ago. 19 will be already. Time flies.
Gosh, time
Uh,
flies.
we was working there since that time. You know.
And are you guys, do you do strictly vacation rental cleanings? Do you do other types of cleans as well?
In the beginning, when we start with any kind of work. My wife started. A lot of people. It was funny how it started because all people hire my wife to clean the house, but it was more like a company thing because my wife used to work with two, three girls with her. In the beginning, it was just by herself, and sometimes I spend 3 hours in the house because she cleaned for 1 hour and talk two for with the customer. Like people need to talk and people need connection, and sometimes in Florida, people is really lonely, and so it was kind of service. It was like kind of, she loved every customer. We had customer for year. I mean, I had customer for 15 years, something like that. So we had customer from the beginning, and we lose a lot of customers because they pass, and but in the beginning it was kind of service like go clean your house and we here, and need help with some furniture moving or something. Myself or my with my son we go helping them. It was a family thing in the beginning, and then we start, my wife is really nice person, and so I was connecting with the people, and they start recommend her. It's really rare the way we started the company because it was mouth to mouth. We never advertised anywhere or something like that, and business are growing. We start growing, and here we are, 18 years later, with serving the island, and we love what we do. That is the motto of our company. We love what we do, and because of that, we try to hire our girls has to love cleaning. If you did, but we have a lot of girls who come and say, "Oh, I can clean. I clean my house." I say it's not the same.
It's definitely not. And I think it's a really hard thing for people who have never done a vacation rental clean to sort of understand, right? Like when my cleaner comes, right, she's not opening my drawer, she's not checking under my beds, she's not, she's
Yes, that's one of the things, and it's just not like beside the particularly the way we clean and the way we start with the house. It's a totally different cleaning because you have to be aware of everything, and you have to be, you can be distracting. Like we can do our work in the way my wife used to do before because you need to be 100% focused in the cleaning.
yeah.
So we have a way to work, like we start from the bottom of the house, coming this way, and we training our girls to do the same room by room, and we have our ways to, we have our specific way to clean because we want everything is correctly done.
Well,
And
oh, sorry, go ahead.
no.
I was
What we are using, we trust in our cleaners. Our cleaners, is like are there. I mean, we don't send nobody who we are not trusting. It's
right.
a
Well, that's what
trust
I was
relationship.
saying. It is it's clearly paying off, right? 18 years in
Yes,
business and all word of mouth. Like that just speaks to the quality of cleans that you're delivering and the
yes.
liability and in all of the things that, when we talk to people so frequently that they struggle with sometimes with finding
Mhm.
good quality cleaning partners.
Yeah, and it become harder and harder. To be honest with you, it become people get more. Customers stay more picky and more demanding. Who used to be like 5, 10 years ago, because of competition and it's and software like your software like Breezeway, who we use for pretty much we use for protection. It's it's our way to say it. Well, we clean. We have our task and we take pictures and we have a proof of the work we do because believe it or not, we have some weird customers sometimes, some weird guests who they don't like the apartment for any reason. Sometimes they don't like because they don't have an elevator in the second floor,
Yeah.
and they try to make excuses to say I need to leave. And I see people. We see that. I mean, it's bad to say, but it's the truth. We see guests throwing piece of paper on the house or put hair in, like hair in the
Yeah.
bed and stuff like that, and then say, "Oh, it's a hair in my bed. There's a
Right. So
piece."
they're looking for a different excuse other than like maybe they booked the wrong
And
property.
then yes, and then they decide to leave. And our way of business, we can um, the customer has right, because the guest is always right. So we know the work we do, and sometimes we let pass stuff just to the guest is happy, and yeah, and we know if the guest want to leave, it doesn't matter if you clean the whole house again, they will leave,
Right.
because
Right.
it's not the cleaning,
For a
it's
reason.
other things. But like I said, because the procedure we have is like they don't know we wash the whole bathroom and we
Mhm.
dry the bathroom with a squish and then with we wash the full bathroom. So there's no way you can find a piece of toilet paper on the shower. You know what I mean?
Expectation
And
of it, right?
and a little piece of toilet paper in the corner of the shower. I said, "What's a piece of toilet paper?" I said, "Okay, no problem." It's like we wash the bathroom, and
Right. Well,
we don't argue with the guests, and we try to help even our realtors, the people who hire us to clean. But they our people, the people who work with us know the work we do, and they know this kind of trick because like they are in the business at the same time we are, and so
absolutely.
we
Yeah,
know.
they're seeing it on their end for any other multitude of reasons.
And the problem is sometimes when you find that is one day we had to clean a whole house again. I mean, we clean the unit. And this lady don't like the house for some reason. Don't ask me why she don't want to stay there. And she said, start complaining the sheet, start complaining the cleaning. I said, ma'am, no problem. Give me 2 hours because we warranty our work.
Okay.
You come to our property, and if you found anything wrong, you have 24 hours to call the realtor and say, look, a table was missing, or maybe the base. We
Right.
human beings, we make
Of
mistake. We
course.
try
Yeah.
to don't, but we make mistakes sometimes. But we give you the chance to correct that. Say, "Look,
Yeah.
no problem. You just call us, and we go
And
by. I don't like the floor. I think the floor is not clean. No problem. We send the people person back and do the floor.
very
Even
generous.
next day. Some
Yeah.
people call 3 days later, and sometimes we just do it too. It's like we try to do, but
Yeah, yeah, you gotta draw the line somewhere.
yes,
But
but
it stands
we do
behind
it.
again, going back to that first thing that you said, right? That it's so much word of mouth, and that's because of the quality and the level of service that you're delivering. I mean, Daniel, I'm curious. So how many um well, let's ask this. What does this is probably an easier question, and it probably will tease the same thing I was just looking to say out. But um what do you guys, what does a typical day look like for you in the summer on a, weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Like what does that look like for you guys in your company?
Oh, it's craziness. Friday, especially Friday and Saturday. Friday and Saturday, I think it's two busy days, and we see a little shift on the days now. It's like 3 4 years ago, it was we have 100 property on Saturday and three on the week. It was like, and now it's shifting a little bit. It's like we have more in the middle. Properties during the week and not that heavy on the weekend, but still, in season we have it's pretty much the 80% of the property is coming on Saturdays. So a typical day is we divide all the work on Thursday. On Thursday, on Wednesday. By Wednesday, we have already all the schedule done. By Wednesday, my girls already on Thursday. They know they will work on Saturday, and they come to our laundry room because we provide linen service to our company or to our customers. So they come to the laundry, grab the linens, and and that's the other thing. Get on the island on summer is a nightmare. So my girls arrive in the laundry around 8 o'clock,
Okay.
and because this is we learn this for experience, and they feel that and they do it. They come 8 o'clock, they grab the linens and run to the island and have a breakfast in the island. They have his lunch, whatever,
Yeah.
and we try. We go to the property. If the property don't have no car in the property, and we check it out. If nobody is there, we can just a nice knock in the door, see if it's somebody else. If it's nobody, we start cleaning soon as the property is empty. Um, so we sometimes we started, but sometimes it's 10 o'clock. People, it's 10 o'clock.
Right.
It's
Yeah, they're using that
waiting.
time.
My guest is calling me and said the guest is not leaving. Stay there. And I say, okay, give me a minute. So call the realtor. Realtor nice and has to call the guest. And people don't realize who another people is coming in 3 hours. And
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
and so sometimes we are flexible because we have two units for group. If the guests need a little more time, say, okay, try the next property. And sometimes we have like, and she start the other
Yeah.
property, the guests can leave, or the guest requests a noon checkout, and I said, well, okay, the latest you can leave is at 12 because we need 3 hours to clean the unit.
Okay.
So, the latest you can leave is at 12. So we change, we switch, and we start with the other property and the second just. But we have to do that change because when the guests decide to stay to noon, Thursday nights, Friday night at midnight, and send a message. Saturday morning, we find out that. So
Yeah.
Saturday morning at 7 o'clock, we start. We are with the phone in the hand, checking all the schedules again because people extend the night, people do stuff, and that's what Breezeway come really handy for me because every change in the reservation automatically pass to the next day. I don't need to contact with the realtor. The problem is when the late the check out late, we can do that.
Right. Right. Yeah.
At
They're
least they
just
send a text or something. It's more personal. And but with the change from one day to the other one, it's great because
that's
I
awesome.
love that because I already checked my property. Hey, wait, I have on Wednesday I have 20 property and today I have 18. What happened with my other two? I'm saying, they move or whatever.
Right.
So that is pretty much it's just one of the I use Breezeway. We started using Breezeway with one of my realtors who started with the Breezeway, who is Terry White from Ana Maria Island, and I love this. I love that because we had these kind of issues with people said, "Whoa, the best is not done," or the chair was cricket or whatever. So now when we start with that, we reduce the complaint more than 70%, something like that, because he go to say, "Well, we clean the oven, we clean it's nothing in the picture, no, it's don't show nothing on the fridge, stuff like that." And so we reduce the complaint a lot with that.
That's awesome.
And then I see I was working, I have my other customers who are more private, so they are no big company and stuff. And I have these, the schedules has to be, hey, I have 3 rental this morning, so I had to, you know, by hand do all this. It was so when you start growing, the problem is you can have 20 phone calls and you miss one and you are in trouble. So it happened to us. We missed our cleaning with something, and I said, okay, this has to be done. Let's find out a way. And then we said, okay, we're gonna do is Breezeway we can connect his PO with the Breezeway, and whatever happened in his schedule, I will be know right away.
Yeah. So you guys
So
use Breezeway from tasks that come to you from a property manager or other realtor clients, and then also for those homes that you clean that are just maybe
yes,
an individual host,
exactly,
sort of one off.
exactly. So I have two accounts. One who is using like I'm be the guy who go check it out. I'm the one of the supervisors. I have two more supervisors. So we Jerry, we just keep handling, myself because it's a customer I really care, and it has to everything has to be perfect with Jerry all the time. So I personally go check it out, and if I have another supervisor who is training the way the customer want the thing done, right? And then with my other customers, it's same service because, like I said, they start getting more competition in the island, and everything has to be perfect. We can have hiccup or stuff like that. And when we have a complaint, it's just we know we start seeing certain patterns, stuff like
Those,
uh,
yeah, they're easy to spot sometimes. Hey,
yeah.
Daniel, I think it's so interesting because one of the things that I love about the way that we've set Breezeway up is like the opportunity to reduce the strain on you guys as a cleaning partner and make your lives easier. I'm curious, do you, I don't want to say like attribute, but do you think that like some of your growth has come from being able to like have better visibility into like what needs to be done, so you can like better assign your cleaners to those properties? Like you think you've been able to maybe take on more work as a result of any of that?
Well, in the long run, I mean, we should start with Breezeway personally using. I'm using with this previous customer. I believe yes, because if you avoid any mistakes on your reservation mistakes,
Yeah.
you have a checklist where you have to prove picture of the fridge is clean, the oven is clean, the master bedroom, we reduce the only we do is in the difference between like when I use with Terry and we use my own property is with Terry I have 85 tasks
Okay.
per unit, and 85 tasks in a heavy Saturday is a lot. It's 15 to 20 minute checking, just
Okay.
checking. I mean, this is no, my girls do that. My girls has to be focusing clean, and she
Right.
know what he has to do. So myself is going checking one unit, one stuff at a time, open drawers, doing all this to
Yeah.
double check what's already
So you're inspecting after your girls are cleaning.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. Because it says one of the thing I'm doing now I handle my own breezeway is my girls, I give you just two tasks. One is you check in when you start the property and you check out when you're done.
Yeah.
So what happened with that? When she check in, I know she's already in the property. And when she check out, I send a message to my supervisor. The unit is already ready to check it out. So he can say, okay, I have that one. I can go and check it out the property already. So
Yeah.
that's for my girls is really simple. My supervisor is who have more the heavy quote to check it out each unit. And like I said, when you do this work for so many years, you have to be more careful because you are so used to do it that sometimes
Oh yeah, that's a great
it's
point.
so mechanic. It's so mechanic. So the supervisor who has to go more, have the time to go and, I said, I had to open the like things. I had to open the coffee pot to make sure my girl don't forget the coffee on it
I
because
think that's a great point, Daniel, because I think that so often it's like, oh, I've got a team and these people have been cleaning for, for 10 years or 15 years. They know how to clean. And I
Mhm,
think to your point is, yeah, that probably means they're a phenomenal cleaner. But
mhm.
that also might mean that like they're so good, right? That they are just like on, I don't say autopilot because that's not the right word, but they just know what to do. And I think that when there are things that get missed, like you said earlier, we're all human, right? When things get missed, none of it is intentional. No one's like, oh, I'm not going to empty the dishwasher. Um,
Mhm.
right. It's just, I'm doing 1,000 things, like you were saying earlier, right? You've got 5 cleans to do in a day or 3 cleans or 85 tasks, whatever that is, right? You're thinking about, okay, I'm done. I got to move on to the next thing. So those checklists can sort of have a really instrumental piece in delivering on that quality service.
Yes, and that's like I said, this is uh, um, helping us to go like me supervisor, okay, me working like supervisor, helping me to go step by step, room by room, and know exactly what I need.
Right.
And we do stuff like we check it out our bathroom with UV lights. Like my supervisor have a UV light,
Yeah.
because the UV light show
Have
soap
it.
or pee or stuff like that. So we go the bathroom in dark. We close the bathroom door. It's dark, and with the UV light we check the bathroom. We make sure it was washed because the same, And sometimes I trust in my girls, but I have to make accountable. So sometimes the bathroom is clean. It's you have those guys who look like never been there, right? They are really peculiar. They use the property. The bathroom is not that bad, and maybe just wipe the bathroom because it look clean, right?
Right.
And then when you go with the UV light, you see the
Let's
soap
take it to the next
around.
level.
Say, oh, this has to be redone. And to be honest with you, I didn't found. One girl missed one little spot one day, and I'm really proud of my team.
That's amazing.
Because
Well, oh, go ahead.
that is a tool we need to use it to make ourselves accountable. And I have I can go to I can go with my eyes closed with the guest. I said, look, I can show you the bottom screen and put the guest inside the bottom, close the door, and put the UV light and show everything is spotless. But that require that conviction. It's like I trust in my girl, but I have to they know I check it, so
What
they
is
know
that
the
saying?
way.
Trust but verify, right? Trust
Exactly,
people doing their job, but you
exactly.
need to make sure because at the end of the day, right? We talked earlier about how the guest is right, and you're going in and doing those things, and you need to make sure somebody's not having an off day or something. Something wasn't just missed. What do you think, Daniel? What do you think the hardest part about getting a property ready for a guest is that many travelers don't understand or don't know?
Well, the condition we find sometimes in the properties.
Fair.
Sometimes we find condition the property is like is totally unacceptable. And one of the things that is helping us with the Airbnb and Verbo, you can report now the guest who before you can do nothing about it. Um, but now we have we put it in the blacklist. We take pictures, send to you, and because the thing is. Um, you have already a fee for cleaning, right?
Yeah.
You can move a fee cleaning. I mean, because when the property is in good condition, you're still doing the whole cleaning, right? We still do the
Mhm.
whole cleaning. We can focus in different stuff, but you start cleaning for 2 3 hours the property. But when it's a mess and you take 4 hours, I can move the cleaning fee either. I mean, I have, it's like because what the customer said, oh, when it's clean, you don't charge me less, And I said, yeah, it's the fairness. So one of the biggest things is that the way we found the properties. The other way is like I have a problem 2 days ago. And this is because we have so many properties, and it's hard to remember what color of property the chair have each property, whatever.
Yeah.
And the owner come, and the owner know his property, right? So when he noticed a picture over the position he had, I mean, he had the picture, let's see, in the kitchen, and it wasn't a kitchen, it was a hallway, right? To be honest with you, I've been in the property. I don't see the change of the picture because it's just a picture. I see when the
Right.
picture fall apart or whatever, get but try to remember. And the guests move the picture because make a hole in the wall. So I don't really, I mean, I don't know which guest did this because I don't know how
Right.
this picture was moved. And I found with my realtor called me and said, Daniel, it's a hole in the wall. I said, what do you mean? Yes, they put a picture on it. You don't see the picture move? I said, no, sorry, no. I mean, and the picture it was kind of low, but not that low. But it's like it was.
Guests can be
It's
tricky.
like okay, and that's hard because, like I was speaking with my realtor, I said, but we can be moving every picture to see if this guy is doing though, and so sometimes when the guest is particular, and we have some guests who want exactly the pillow where she put the
Yeah, some of your own, your
picture,
like your owners or
we
your
make a folder with
yeah.
pictures. So you have to go to the folder, and and this take time. People don't realize that. I mean, the customer don't realize every task you put beside the cleanliness. It just take time.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Well,
we
you guys
spend 15 minutes found a coral pieces missing. You don't found it, and it's not like they broken or something. The guests have a little kid. They don't want to bring that, and so they put it in the tallest part of the house. And my girls are 5 foot tall, and they don't reach even sometimes.
short. I'm a shorty. Like don't hate on the short ones. We're good. We're self-sufficient. We can figure
I
it out.
know, but sometimes it says we spend 15 minutes trying to find a coral piece. We don't find nowhere. And
Yeah.
then in one moment, she grabbed the letter to clean the fridge, or or when my supervisor go open the drawers on the top of the fridge, I said, here it is. It's in the top, the top shelf on the top.
Listen, sometimes those little
Drawer.
kids, they're little maniacs on trips. You got to do what you got to do to
No,
like
with the kid we have another. So the kid take the batteries. We have guys that say, you don't check the battery. Yes, we check the battery. Every time we turn on the TV and we turn off the TV, we put the TV on. I said, well, it's no battery on. No, have a kid, yeah. Have a PlayStation.
go
Battery.
ask
You
your
know where
kid
the battery is. Go check
what
out the PlayStation. It's like, yeah, no, that kind of stuff. It's just, sometimes it get harder, and the other thing is sometimes it's maintenance. We had to drop some properties because they don't have the correct maintenance.
Mhm.
And why I say this, because we have 5-star reviews in all our, or pretty much all our property. We have 5-star reviews, so we try to keep going that way. And this is first impression. First impression is everything, right? So if when you get to the property and the door is not painting, or you see spider webs all around the front door, you should start all your alert start like this. I mean, if
100%.
you go somewhere to rent a house, you see spider webs around you just what will you find out inside? So the thing is, when you find some properties who don't have the correct maintenance, and they see all furniture, or something is no it's not updated, or it's broken, sometimes it's just a little tip of whatever, they start looking for more stuff.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when they start looking in a property, you will find, I mean, I don't care how it can be $1 million property, or 5 million property, $5 million property, like we have one of those. And I go there and found thousands of stuff,
Yeah,
because
I'm
you
sure.
look.
And it's all little that like a normal guest isn't going to see. But if a guest is determined to find that,
They
they
will.
can. And
And
so
then when they found these maintenance issues, they start looking for the cleaning.
yeah, yeah.
So one day, I have a cool story. One day I go to a hotel, and the first thing I do, I go under the bed, check it out on the bed, see how vacuum under the bed. And I found this little note who said, yes, we clean here too. And I love it. I love it.
That is
And I
amazing.
want to do it. I told my wife, I said, I have to do that now because it made me, I mean, this was 5 years ago. And we clean under the bed. I mean, we mop, we vacuum under the bed and we mop under the bed because this what happened one time. Kids in the room, jumping in the bed. What happened? They broke the bed. They call realtor, change the bed. When the realtor, go, the property manager go change the bed. When he leave the mattress, he was surprised how clean was under the bed.
Oh,
I said,
that's awesome.
I said, wow, it's a movie. It was shining. I said, yes, we clean under the bed. We mop the thing out of the bed. I said, you never expect something like that happen, but it was good because he saw when he moved the mattress, he saw how clean was that. So that little thing, it made the difference on the
You should
whole.
definitely do those little tent cards under the bed. I think that's
I
a
has to. I has to
have so
because I
much
love it. I love
confidence.
it.
As a guest, I would have so much confidence in the quality of the clean, even without ever seeing it. If I came across something like that.
Mhm.
I think I want to ask you a question. We were talking a little bit about like what a typical day looks like. Just on average, what would you say, Daniel? Like how many cleans are you guys doing on a normal typical day?
Well, it's depend on the season, and
Okay.
depending, on the season we can go like from 10, 15 property to 35, 40 properties.
Okay. All right. That's
Depend on the movement and depend how the week move. Like I said, because like this Labor Day was really we had one cleaning on Labor Day on Saturday, and I said, what? Why we
they
have
were
one?
all in there the whole
It
weekend.
was all in previous week. We cleaned all the previous
Yeah.
week, the week before, so everything was cleaned by the people come. And after that week, yes, we have to redo the property. But that
So
is really strange because pretty much it's all the you have this Saturday who is people leaving at 10, people coming at 4,
yeah.
sometimes in some property at 3. So that is we play with that one too. If the property leave at 4, we put in second row because I have an
Yep.
extra hour to clean. So
Well, I was going to ask you about like, on those busy days. So let's say a busy summer day, not Labor Day. How do you and the team stay coordinated? Like, how do you keep everything on track and know and have and feel good that all the cleans are going to get done by the time they need to get done?
because I don't because like the nightmare of the cleaning is one girl called you on Saturday morning and said I'm sick.
Yep.
Because whatever property she had, we had to squeeze a schedule for the other. We had to say, okay, who had less work, where we can put this property, the other property. For that, I think is the helping us is my none of my girls have more than 2 or 3 properties. That for me that is key. Because we see this sometimes when you give it 3 or 4 properties, they rush more to finish and we found more mistakes.
Yeah.
So we make a line and said, okay, two property for sure, 3 max, no more than 3,
Yeah.
because of that. And it depends on the size of, some people have only one property, but she had to spend 6 hours in the,
You're right. It's like a
4 bedroom
huge house.
house,
Yeah.
like stuff like that. But a normal a variable or depend of the like I said, or how the week come. But the most important for me is have the schedule ready. Friday I have to know all the team I have already done. Everybody will be working. Everybody's confirmed for Saturday. And yes, we have, sometimes, your baby gets sick or,
Absolutely. Life
your car
happens.
get your car get broke down, stuff like that. And I said, okay, let's see how we fix this, and we trust in God a lot. I mean, God is a business owner, this we believe in him, and he all the time helping us to finish the task. And you know what? If I don't know if you is I don't know how to explain this, but I think is when you more busy you are,
Mhm.
more ready you are.
Yeah.
So you are waiting for the hurricane, and they come a tropical storm, and you pass like a champion, like. But I'm ready for Hurricane Cat 5, and ready for everything. And then say, every 3 o'clock, are you done? And everybody call and they say, well, we done. And say, well, somebody, I
You've
have,
over.
I have customer for another company call me because that photo shoot like he's cleaning the show. I said, Daniel, you can help me, please. I said, let me find out who is ready, who get it done, and just we helping people who have a problem sometimes, and they see with his company. I say, I open the door all the time. I say, we here, anytime you can call.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I
I think
have my team.
that's also
So
about like the community, right? Like that's like being a part of the community and people knowing who you are. And I keep coming back to this, but it does keep going back to the quality that you deliver for your owners or your managers that you're working with. And
And I
that
think the key is that, like I said, when you go to our webpage, which is Cleaning by Laura, FL. When you go to our webpage, you will see our review said, we're working with Laura for 15 years. Oh, Laura had my property for 20 years, so 18 years, stuff like that. So the period of time it show, we find a way to work with you. And all the time when I find a new customer, I say, look, this is a trust relationship. You have to
100%.
trust in me, and I have to trust in you. Because if you don't trust in me, I can work with you because it says, sometimes, I respond for my teams. I respond for my teams. You call and say, Daniel, I forgot my wallet in the unit, please find out. And my girl said, Daniel, there's no wallet here, there's no anywhere. So I call you back. I said, sorry, the wallet is not there. You have to find another. No, I live over there. I said, sorry, ma'am, it's not in property. The other thing, the other way, we find a phone and watch, stuff like that. And we call the realtor, say, we found a watch, we have this. We seal it, we put the name of the unit, who found it, where is the customer, and we have here, and return the stuff we found. So sometimes we have issues, people don't lose the wallet and make this big thing, because who is the first who take the wallet? The cleaner, right? And so I said, no, nope. So no, I'm sorry. And 3 hours later, call me, said, Daniel, the guest already found the wallet. They have in the car or whatever. I say,
Well, I think we're all just so accustomed of, oh, it has to be there, right? I wouldn't have left it somewhere else. And then they realize, oh shoot, I was wrong.
no, sometimes wedding ring, the wedding bands, that's normal. People lose. I lost my wedding band, and we looking, and that's extra work because I said my guys, before you vacuum, because what is the procedure to clean the drawer? You open the drawer and vacuum the drawer. We vacuum the drawer.
Yeah.
So when we find out that before you vacuum, make sure it's check it out because we are looking for a wedding band or whatever. But yes, that is the the sometimes the hiccup we found, but it's the temporary God is the less, and like I said, my girls are awesome. We have a meetings once a month or every quarter. We have a meeting and we review all this. Hey, remember the towel. Remember, you have to wash your bathroom. I said, even we know that wash bathroom. I said, you need to wash the bathroom. You have to because that is the thing where you can give the same property to the same team. When something is wrong, you can blame the other guy. I said, no, I didn't. No, I said that property is yours. You are cleaning that property. It's like
Right.
it will catch you.
How do you think, Daniel, that, since you've started using Breezeway, how does it help you the most to do your job and to run your business?
Well, first of all, the scheduling. The scheduling for me is key because, like I said, whatever change in the schedule, I can see right away. And it's funny because I have one customer who I don't know which software he's using or whatever. He said, I don't want to use that way. I can say, well, keep going this way. I just keep going the same way. What is he sent me the schedule, and I'm more in advance with all the clinics, right? And that is the only customer I have problems because he put a cleaning in between and he forgot to call me or call me today or call me now and I said, you can need the property right now, please, because I have somebody coming in. I said, but the property is clean. No, already rent. Like so. For me, scheduling is the most important part, and second, be communication. Communication is because some guests need to know when the property is start. Sometimes they say, I don't see the code like they check it out by the door. When we put our code, they say, okay, the cleaner is there. Well, sometimes we waiting for the customer in the door like this, right? And the customer said, okay, bye-bye, and leave the door open. My girl get inside, start cleaning. And 1 hour and a half later, the owner come and said, nobody is in the property yet. I said, no, no, yeah, my girl is already. I'm sorry, because I don't see in the door check. I said, no, sometimes the guests leave the girl get in. So with Breezeway, when my girl check in for the start of cleaning, it send a message to me and to my customer, said your property is already start. And when
Mm,
we finish, the second finish is don't go to the customer, it goes to ourselves. When my supervisor finished to clean the property, they said your house is now done and
yeah.
ready, and she knows it's already done. So communication, I think, is fundamental on our business, because sometimes it's just we need to have proof, like and in Breezeway you have the task for maintenance issues, right?
Hmm.
So if I call you 10 times for the door, closet door, who is not fixed, I already had a record. So when the owner comes and say, my door is fall apart, I say, yes, sir. I mean, we report 10 times, it's like,
Yeah.
sometimes the owner don't want to fix it. The owner say, oh, I will fix when I go there. So he can have a nice 7 day relaxing time. He never fix the door and leave. And, I said, well, the owner was there, I said, it's just it's communication for us is key, and have a proof of what we're doing and what and we report this, we have this, it's helping us to be more accountable,
Hmm.
if we can put that way, because we need to check by the task, and we have a proof we do all that. Even like I said, my girls know what she has to do, that she know how to clean the fridge, she know how to do this, but our supervisor has to find any mistake before the guest.
Yeah, because as we talked about earlier, those guests will find it if they're
Ah,
there.
and
Um,
sometimes it's a fingertip. I mean, I don't lie to you. Sometimes it's when the girl move the lamp to wipe the surface, and she put the hand next to the glass and had 3 fingers on the corner of the lamp on the glass window, and she found that and said, well, the house is not clean. I said, well, sorry, we missed the table. I said, no, the house is not clean. And that is the issue.
yeah,
Right? It's really hard for us that handle that part, when somebody don't like the property, because this
right.
is the owners. I mean, owner would receive this, but sometimes the people who go to the property don't like the property just
Right,
because it's not
100%. Yeah, we
updated,
talked about that earlier, right? And they are looking for any excuse.
looking for any excuse to, especially in this time when you have a lot of places you can go, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So sometimes they say, well, it's right across the street. The unit is right across the street. Yeah, but it's in second floor and I don't like the stairs. So just put on.
Right.
And
Well,
you
and that
don't,
that goes back to like making sure that we're educating guests and travelers around like what they're getting and what that experience looks like. Clear, you know, uh, information being available in listings, and of course, then requires them to read, which is sometimes the hard
yeah, sometimes we just, I,
um,
I
well,
told my again, please send me a short text, because sometimes, when you
I know
send
I'm
it
a
like
very
this,
verbose.
yes,
Texter,
yes,
very
but
verbose. Daniel, I know we're coming up on time, but I do want to ask you two questions, and then we're gonna do a quick lightning round. So, what is the weirdest or funniest thing that is appropriate for this conversation that you have found at a property?
oh, you have no idea. But we found in one property, we found something I can say. We found a jar with the marijuana, cigarettes, and the whole package of weed on the property.
Yeah. Okay.
That
All right.
and
And
the other one, a gun. We found a gun in a drawer, and that's a big one.
big one. Yeah.
because the
You guys have a
gun,
process for that, right? On
yes,
how you,
my girl can touch the gun. It has to be in the drawer. We need to call police enforcement. They have to come. They have to take the gun, and they have his own procedure. Police have their own. That's
yeah.
a nightmare. I mean,
Yeah.
it
That's
was
not
one time
to wrap
only, and
up.
it was a nightmare. Yeah, but now that a gun in the property, this guest forgot his gun, and
I don't
and
feel like that's something I'd forget if I was traveling, but far be it from me to judge. Okay, here's one. This I don't know if this will be a hard one or an easy one. If your job, if you had a theme song, what would it be?
oh, that's a hard one. If it's a theme song for my shop. Oh, that's a hard one.
Right.
That's
You think on it. You don't have to tell me right now, but if you think on it and let me know.
yes, because it's something like I said. Our motto is we love what we do, and it's something for us is for me personally is that satisfaction will be
Yeah.
satisfaction
Ah,
to go and see the mess you found it. And Paul my girl found that big mess, but when I used to clean, because that's the thing. When you already know the work, my girl can tell me story, but I know how long it takes to clean a bathroom. I clean the bathrooms. I know how to clean a kitchen, stuff like that. So I know the process. I know exactly what. Um, so I love the way to go the property who is totally a mess, and when you go next time and everything is shining and spotless, I love that feeling. It's like when you see the harvest of your work in one day is awesome. It's really nice.
amazing. So maybe
Yeah.
that what is it? The Rolling Stones, that song Satisfaction. Maybe that's
Yeah. Yes, what I said, the
yeah,
satisfaction.
yeah.
Because it is, and I think is, sometimes I do a little bit extra job beside my work. I try to help my customers to any issue in the property or something, and I go there and helping that. And another time I said, I'm the cleaning guy, but I will help you whatever, whatever. And then when I leave, I say, how you found your clean? No, clean was spoiled. I said, that's my work.
Good. That's amazing. Okay, I'm going to do a quick lightning round with you. I'm basically just going to ask you two things, and you tell me which one is for you. Okay, so dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Okay. Do you have any pets?
Small dogs, small dogs.
Small dogs. Okay.
Yeah. Dogs in property is terrible. Holy, that is, when a dog, we have a dog in property who share, you have a husky in your property. We have sometimes we can use the property the same day. It's so much hair on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That definitely
a
makes your
small
job.
dog, no shed. Yes.
Okay, small dog, non-shedding small
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah.
Not particular at all.
Yeah.
Um, uh, beach or mountains?
Beach.
Yeah,
Oh,
I feel like that's a no-brainer, right?
yeah.
That's you're right. Look at your background.
Yeah.
Sunrise or sunset?
I love both. I
Okay.
love both. I think sunrise because it's a new beginning. I will choose sunrise, but I love both. I like to fishing in sunset, but sunrise is beautiful. Yes.
What do you like to fish for?
Whatever I can cook. Like
Right.
my wife still say, why you still going fishing? You never catch nothing. I say, because that is the way. Go and try to catch the thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, sunrise.
Okay, last one, salty or sweet?
Sweet.
Okay.
Chocolate is my thing. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Well, Daniel, this has been amazing. I so appreciate you taking some time to share a little bit more about you, and I think some of the things that that you said around like the satisfaction that you get from taking a dirty property and making it ready for the next guest, and the level of service is very evident that you guys deliver for your clients and their guests is pretty impressive. I think, the other thing that you said that really resonated with me, right, is the trust that you have in your team and the way that you are sort of have their backs or seemingly have their backs. So I think that's really amazing. And I appreciate you taking some time to talk with me today.
Thank you so much for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be with you, and thank you for trusting us to share what we do every day to our customer who will really love and appreciate when we fight together. We just coming out from this hurricane who devastated the island, been there, and we was really affected, but we stand up again. We stand up again, and we are moving, and we rebuild, and we keep going. It's that is the spirit of the island. It's rebuild and keep going, and I think it's a great thing when we all together, and no matter what is your color or what is your business, we fought everything for the same purpose, who is happiness. Be happy and have a good life. Everybody is looking for a good life, and that's if it's happiness in you, you accomplish pretty much what many people can do that. So
Absolutely.
happy
And I
to do
said at
this.
the start of the call too, right? I know you guys were impacted really heavily by some of the storms last year. So glad to see you thriving and doing well now. And we'll keep our fingers crossed that that's not something you have to deal with this year.
Thank you so much. Appreciate for your time.
Thank you.
Okay.